Important alert. You are about to be hospitalized in the next 1 days because, my dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says this is not a coincidence that you are reading this message at this very moment. This is not by chance. It is not random, it is not vague, and it is not without reason. God says this message is being divinely timed. You were meant to receive it today, not a second earlier or a moment later. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you through dreams, signs, sudden physical sensations, strange interruptions, and moments of deep, unexplainable emotion. You've noticed it, those moments when your heart felt heavy without reason, when you turned your head suddenly like someone called your name but no one was there. That was not your imagination. That was not confusion. That was your spirit responding to the divine presence, trying to break through the veil and get your attention before it's too late. God says this is very serious. You are loved so deeply, so infinitely that heaven itself is trying to intervene. There is something happening within you inside your body that you've been ignoring. You thought it was just fatigue. You thought the dizziness was stress. You believed the pain was just minor, but Archangel Michael is sounding the alarm today. This is not just a small issue. This is not a minor signal. Something has been poured into your system, something that does not belong. Someone has done something behind the scenes. Archangel Michael says this is a spiritual contamination but also a physical one. He is not just warning your soul. He is warning your body. A poison has been poured into your energy field and now it is leaking into your body, slowly, silently, destructively. You were never supposed to suffer like this. You were not meant to face this kind of sickness. This was orchestrated by someone with a dark intention, someone who has been watching you but hiding their hands. God says you have been under silent attack for months now. The reason you've been so tired, forgetful, confused, or emotional isn't just life, it's spiritual warfare. Archangel Michael says someone has performed a ritual or act, intentional or unintentional, that transferred contamination into your aura and now it is beginning to manifest through your physical body. You are wondering why suddenly your health began to feel off. You thought maybe it was your diet, your schedule, your emotions. You even questioned your faith for a while, wondering why God would allow you to feel this way. But God never wanted this for you. This is not your punishment. This is someone else's hand interfering with your destiny. Michael has stood over your bed at night. You may have felt chills or sudden urges to wake up at strange hours. You may have even had dreams you couldn't remember in the morning. That's because Michael has been fighting battles on your behalf that you haven't even seen. He's been shielding you from a full spiritual breakdown, but the moment has come where intervention must happen. You are close to being hospitalized, not because of a natural disease, but because this energy that was poured into your system is beginning to reach a dangerous point. Your immune system is being compromised. Your nervous system is sending signals, but your conscious mind has not understood them. You feel them as anxiety, shortness of breath, heart flutters, sudden nausea, or random body pains. This is your soul and body both screaming for help. God says, the enemy is someone who is close to your memories, though not necessarily your present. This person is tied to an old relationship or emotional entanglement. This person once smiled in your face but never forgave your strength. They hated your light. They were jealous of your ability to survive everything. God says, this woman or man carried bitterness in their heart, and instead of healing, they made a secret vow in their spirit to block your progress. They didn't need a spell book or a candle. They used their intention, their resentment, and their repeated thought patterns as a weapon. They cursed you in their mind repeatedly. They poured this energy toward you, and now your field has absorbed it and it has turned toxic. Michael is begging you now. Do not skip this. Do not dismiss this message. Do not assume this is for someone else. You needed to hear this because the next 24 hours are important. There is a moment, possibly just hours from now, when your body will want to shut down. It may be in the form of a fainting sensation, extreme exhaustion, chest heaviness, or a mental spiral that leaves you numb. Michael says this is the beginning of a breakdown that can lead to hospitalization if you do not break the energy off your body immediately. Do not wait for symptoms to worsen. God is sending this word now to prevent your collapse. There is still time, but barely. God says you must cleanse. Not just physically, but spiritually. You need to remove what was poured into your spirit. You may not know when it happened. It may have entered you through a meal you were offered by someone with jealousy. It may have entered you through a hug you received from someone secretly envious. It may have entered you from an item given to you that now sits in your home. But it entered, and now it's spreading. That's why you've been feeling disoriented, unmotivated, and detached from your joy. This energy is stealing your light in small doses. This is not paranoia. This is spiritual intelligence. Archangel Michael wants you to know that if you ignore this, the next 24 hours could bring a crisis moment. You may collapse. You may suddenly feel too weak to move. You may be taken to a hospital where they will find nothing, but your body will still suffer. This is why God is sounding the trumpet now. Heaven does not want to scare you. It wants to save you. You are not being punished. You are being protected. But protection requires participation. You must act. You must cleanse. You must pray aloud. You must anoint your head, your stomach, and your back with oil. Even water will do if that is all you have. Speak life over your body. Rebuke every foreign presence inside you. Michael says, declare anything poured into me by evil hands, known or unknown, be uprooted and cast out by divine fire now. Say it with authority. Say it out loud. Heaven is listening. You do not have time to postpone your healing. Someone once told you that you were too sensitive. They were wrong. You were not too sensitive. You were spiritually gifted. Your body feels what your spirit sees. That's why you've been affected more deeply than others by certain people. You thought you were weak, but you were simply receiving messages from the spirit realm. God says, what nearly killed others will not kill you because I have Mark 2 for recovery. But the mark must be activated. Your belief must align with your action. You must take this moment seriously. This message is not another passing encouragement. This is a warning from the divine council. Archangel Michael is pacing. He is crying. Yes, crying. Because you have ignored too many signs, and he fears that one more delay could cost you dearly. There is something else. The contamination in your body is not just physical or energetic. It is timed. This means it was sent with a spiritual countdown. There is an expiration moment built into it. This is why the message says, you are about to be hospitalized in the next 1 days. That is not a metaphor. That is a literal spiritual timestamp. The forces that sent this to you expected it to peak by tomorrow. But they did not count on the fact that heaven would intervene before their deadline. They did not expect you would receive this message in time. They did not think you would awaken to the truth. But God always makes a way. God always provides a way of escape, even when darkness sets a trap. Michael says, after you pray, you must rest. Do not push your body. Do not argue. Do not explain yourself to people who don't understand your exhaustion. Withdraw. Let your body reset. Let the energy exit. Do not take calls from those who drain you. Do not entertain conversations with people who belittle your intuition. God is protecting your life right now. What was poured into your system was meant to silence you, to slow you, and eventually to remove you from your divine assignment. But God says, it won't work, not this time. You must also remove certain items from your home. This is not superstition. This is spiritual hygiene. If someone gave you a gift that made you uncomfortable, get rid of it. If there are clothes from past relationships that you keep for nostalgia but carry bad memories, donate or burn them. If there are mirrors, frames, jewelry, or even shoes that you associate with people who harmed you, release them. There is energy attached. This may sound dramatic, but Michael says you are in emergency mode. You are not just decluttering. You are detoxing your space so your healing can begin. The light inside you is still alive. The spark is not gone. That's why you're reading this. That's why heaven hasn't given up on you. That's why angels are whispering around you right now. You can almost feel it, a strange vibration, a flutter in your chest, a tingling in your hands. That's not anxiety. That's your body responding to the presence of angels around you. They are waiting for you to respond. They are waiting for you to act. Heaven doesn't want your hospitalization to be the wake-up call. Heaven wants this message to be. God says, after you've cleansed and rested, a miracle will begin. You will feel the weight lifting. You will feel the fog clearing. You will start to laugh again without forcing it. You will remember your dreams again. You will notice people treat you differently. That's not magic. That's alignment. That's your spirit returning to wholeness. You will remember who you are again. The darkness poured into you will evaporate. Your name will no longer carry the energy of someone else's curse. You will be free. But do not wait. You only have this window. Heaven is not pressuring you. It is saving you. If you delay, The energy will deepen. The symptoms will worsen. And though God is merciful, your recovery may become more painful. This message is a shortcut to healing. This message is divine intervention. This message is a last-minute lifeline. Michael has never shouted louder. God has never sent a clearer word. You are about to be healed, but you must open the gate. Speak. Pray. Cleanse. Rest. Obey. And watch what happens next. Michael is still present now, watching you. The atmosphere around you has shifted. Though you may not physically see it, your soul has already detected it. The wind around you may feel still, but something in the spiritual air is moving with force. The angels are standing guard, not because you are in danger now, but because the final moment of rescue is beginning. What was designed to destroy you is being exposed. But God says, before full healing is released, you must confront what you've been avoiding. This next part will be difficult, but it is necessary. You have been allowing people to remain in your life who do not deserve the position they hold in your spirit. You have continued conversations with people who your soul has already outgrown. And some of them are tied to the very sickness that has been poured into you. This is not to shame you. This is to wake you up. God is not angry with you. God is heartbroken. You have endured so much in silence, telling no one how much pain you've carried. You've kept your mouth closed to protect others who would never protect you. You've smiled for people who, behind closed doors, wished for your downfall. God says, you are not crazy. You were right about them. That feeling you had when you stood near them, that chill, that unease, that tightness in your stomach. It was your discernment warning you. You knew, but you second-guessed yourself. You told yourself you were being dramatic. You wanted to believe the best. And in doing so, you let their energy come too close, and they poured into you their poison. This poison took many forms. For some, it was words spoken behind your back. For others, it was prayers against your success. Some even used sacred names and verses to curse your steps, thinking they were doing something holy by standing in judgment over your life. But Michael says, even their sacred language cannot protect them from the wrath of God when they dare to attack one of His chosen. You are not ordinary. That's why your battles are not ordinary. You were born to carry a divine frequency that disturbs demonic patterns. That's why people either love you deeply or resent you without reason. It's not about you. It's about what your presence activates in their spirits. Now, God says, the moment of activation is here. What the enemy sent into your system is being reversed. But as it leaves you, you will feel strange. Do not be alarmed. Some may cry unexpectedly. Others may feel like screaming or resting for hours. Some may tremble. Some may feel dizzy. Some may suddenly remember moments they had forgotten for years. This is the unraveling. This is the exit of the foreign spirit. This is the detox. Do not suppress it. Let it move. Let it go. Let it exit. You are not breaking. You are being reset. Michael says, Do not fight the process. Do not numb yourself with distractions. Do not rush into conversations. Do not go to people for comfort who were never safe to begin with. Go inward. Go into silence. Light a candle if you must. Sit in the stillness. Let God speak again. There is something else. The contamination didn't only enter your body through energy or food. It was also delivered through sound. God says, be mindful of what you've been listening to. Some music carries frequencies that open spiritual doorways. Some conversations carry spells that enter your mind like hooks. Some gossip is not just words. It's ritual. There are people who say your name when they speak to others not to honor you, but to curse you. They say that person will never succeed, or they're so full of themselves, or they always think they're better. These aren't just opinions. These are verbal arrows. And you've been hit by more of them than you realize. Your name has been used as a weapon by people who don't even know the weight of their words. But God knows. God collects every word spoken against you and stores them in the vault of divine justice. There is a reckoning coming not to hurt your enemies, but to teach them reverence. God does not delight in revenge, but God does require balance. Anyone who dares to curse what heaven has blessed must answer to that balance. And make no mistake, you are blessed. Even in your pain. Even in your exhaustion. Even when you feel forgotten. You are still chosen. That's why the enemy has fought so hard. They know what you're about to walk into. They know what's coming if you ever break free. That's why they wanted you sick. Silent. Scared. But God says, no more. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. You are not meant to be hospitalized. You were meant to be healed. You were not meant to collapse. You were meant to carry others. You were not meant to be poisoned. You were meant to be anointed. But there was an exchange. Someone tried to swap your oil with their darkness. Someone tried to pour into you so they could steal what was pure from you. But heaven has caught it. Archangel Michael intercepted the transmission. The trap has been exposed. And now the reversal begins. But listen carefully. There are 3 things you must do before the next 24 hours are over. First, you must speak aloud over your body. Lay hands on your head, your chest, and your stomach. Speak to your organs. Speak to your bones. Speak to your blood. Say, return to divine alignment. Reject what God has not planted in me. I command all foreign spirits, energies, and intentions to leave now by the power of the Most High. No more contamination. I am sovereign in my body. I am protected. I am whole. Second, you must renounce every emotional tie that links you to the people who poured this energy into you. Say aloud, I release every soul tie that keeps me connected to past pain. I sever the emotional cords that feed on my strength. I break the cycle. I am not your victim. I am not your puppet. I belong to God alone. Third, you must purify your space. Open your windows. Let air and light come in. Light incense or burn cleansing herbs if you can. Speak into every room. This space is no longer available for pain, curses, or spiritual parasites. This is a sanctuary. This is a holy place. Only what serves my divine purpose may remain. When you do these three things, something will shift. Some will feel it as a gust of air. Some will hear sounds, tiny clicks, creaks, whispers. Some will feel lighter immediately. Others will sleep deeply for the first time in months. Whatever happens, trust it. You have just survived a spiritual attack. And now, the victory begins. But do not keep this revelation to yourself. God says, speak up. Share what has been revealed to you. Others are going through silent attacks and don't know why their health is fading. Your testimony will activate healing in others. When you speak, demons flee. When you testify, chains break. Do not be ashamed of your journey. You have been through fire, but not to die, to awaken. Now, God says, prepare for restoration. In the days to come, your body will begin to renew itself. The cells will regenerate. The mind will come. The stomach will settle. The heart will beat more peacefully. Your sleep will deepen. Your dreams will return. And messages will come through them. Write them down. Michael says, the dreams you're about to have in the next 3 nights will reveal what was hidden. You'll see faces. You'll hear names. You'll remember moments. Don't be afraid. It's not a haunting. It's a revelation. Some of those you see in the dreams may be people still in your life. Be cautious. Watch their behavior. Listen to their tone. If they mock your sensitivity or dismiss your healing, they are not safe. If they change the subject when you speak about your spiritual growth, they are not aligned. Let them fade. You'll know when your peace. You'll know when an explanation for your awakening. God says, stop apologizing for being chosen. Stop shrinking to make others feel comfortable around your light. You were never meant to be small. This healing was not just about survival. It was about your calling. You have work to do. There is a message only you can deliver. There are souls only you can reach. There are lives waiting for your voice. That's why you couldn't die. That's why the hospitalization was stopped. That's why the poison didn't win. Because you have a mission and heaven refuses to let it be aborted. Now breathe. You are safe. Michael is still watching. God is still speaking. And the worst is over. You are being rebuilt now. Piece by piece. Your system is restoring what was stolen. The inner framework of your soul, the energy matrix of your heart, the radiant blueprint of your body, they are all returning to the design God intended before anyone ever poured darkness into you. That vibration you're starting to feel, that slight tingling in your chest, that whisper of peace sneaking back into your breath, that is resurrection energy. The divine is breathing into you again. Michael is standing guard at your door. And something has already been broken in the spirit realm because you chose to listen. You will no longer walk around carrying a sickness that was never yours. You will no longer suffer from symptoms that doctors cannot explain. You will no longer question your sanity when your body feels things your mind cannot name. You are sensitive because you are gifted. You are receptive because you were chosen. You are targeted because you are powerful. If you believe in God, type Amen. This is a very important message for you. Don't ignore it. Don't scroll past it. Don't delay. Your spirit already knows this message is for you. Your heart has been pulling you towards something unseen, something divine, something only heaven could orchestrate. And now, here it is. Archangel Michael has stepped forward. His presence is fierce but filled with mercy. He is not here to frighten you, but to protect you. He is not here to shame you, but to awaken you. And right now, he says clearly, important alert. You are about to be hospitalized in the next one day, not because of random chance, not because something is attacking you unnoticed, but because heaven has poured something deeply powerful into your body and your body cannot hold it on its own. This is spiritual. This is divine. This is not what the world thinks it is. And you must know the truth before it's too late. Listen carefully. Breathe slowly. Let this message reach into your spirit. There is something happening inside of you that no one else can see. It's not just your thoughts. It's not just your emotions. This is not just stress or pressure or fatigue. What has been poured into your being is the weight of a divine promise, a spiritual infusion of purpose, an overwhelming rush of heavenly truth that is changing your system from the inside out. And as this energy, this assignment, this burden of divine significance moves through your body, your physical form is trying to catch up to the power of your soul. God says you are safe. God says you are covered. God says nothing will go wrong with you. But this alert is not a joke. You are being warned because the next 24 hours will be filled with holy fire. And if you do not pause, pray, and position yourself correctly, you will feel overwhelmed beyond what your body can carry. This is not a punishment. This is not a curse. This is not something that is happening to you. This is something that is happening for you. Heaven is upgrading your entire being. You are being infused with spiritual DNA. You are being stretched so that the full anointing God placed inside you can now begin to operate without limits. But your body may respond with exhaustion. Your mind may feel scattered. You may even feel lightheaded, dizzy, or like your body is failing. That is why this urgent message has come. Archangel Michael is telling you now so that you do not mistake this shift for something dark. It is not the enemy. It is God. Let no fear take hold of you. You are protected. You are surrounded by angelic forces that have been stationed around you for this very hour. You are in a sacred transformation. When a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, it must enter the cocoon and almost dissolve. It must lose everything that was familiar. That cocoon may look like a tomb from the outside. But inside, life is being recreated. This is your cocoon moment. This is your holy transformation. Don't be afraid if your body cries out. Don't panic if your heart beats differently. Don't assume the worst. Trust that God is at work. There is a spiritual infusion being poured into your chest. That's why it feels tight sometimes. That's why you feel the invisible weight pressing down. It's because God has placed a sacred scroll inside you. You've been marked with a divine responsibility. You carry a message, a frequency, a vibration that this world needs to hear. But your body has not held this before. Your body must adjust. You may feel heat, heaviness, or even trembling. That is your system adjusting to carry glory. That is your humanity making room for heaven. And yes, you may need to rest. Yes, you may need to visit a doctor. Yes, you may even be taken into a hospital. But do not panic. Do not fear. You are not being destroyed. You are being rebuilt. Archangel Michael says this is your holy activation. This is the moment when your ordinary life gives way to divine purpose. That's why everything feels unfamiliar. That's why your body feels overwhelmed. That's why even your thoughts are racing. Your mind is trying to understand something that is beyond logic. You are experiencing the collision of the natural and the supernatural. And it can feel intense. But heaven has you. God will be with you. Even in the hospital. Even in your bed. Even in your silence. Even in your sleep. You are not alone. Heaven is not sending you into darkness. Heaven is sending you into transformation. God says this must happen now. There's no more time to delay. Your destiny has been waiting. Your angels have been waiting. And now it's moving. Heaven is releasing the blueprint of your calling. And when that blueprint enters your body, your physical system must shift to accommodate it. You may feel strange. You may feel pain. You may feel completely undone. But what is happening is holy. The pain is not punishment. The disruption is not destruction. It is birth. Do you remember when you almost gave up? Do you remember when you cried alone asking for God to make sense of it all? Do you remember when your heart whispered, "I can't take much more"? God heard that whisper. And instead of allowing you to break under the pressure of the world, He sent His angels to transform your very being. You asked for strength. He is giving you power. You asked for healing. He is reconstructing your entire atmosphere. You asked for truth. He is shaking every lie out of your system. Archangel Michael has stepped in because there are forces, spiritual, invisible forces that wanted you to collapse under this transformation. They wanted you to call it sickness. They wanted you to call it failure. They wanted you to disconnect from this process and run away. But that is why Michael was sent. That is why this message found you, because you are not going to run. You are not going to panic. You are going to trust. You are going to breathe. You are going to understand that the King of Heaven is working inside your very cells. God says, do not let fear enter your heart. Not for one moment. Yes, your body may feel weak. Yes, the people around you may not understand. Yes, even doctors may struggle to explain what they see. But this is spiritual. You are becoming new. You are being renewed like the eagle. Your youth is being restored. Your health is being upgraded. But before the shift is complete, there must be silence. There must be surrender. There must be divine rest. You may enter the hospital, but you will not leave the same. You may lie down, but when you rise again, you will walk in a power you've never known before. You are not cursed. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are not dying. You are evolving. You are stepping into your supernatural identity. And everything around you may look the same, but everything inside you is being rewritten. Don't let fear blind you. Don't let your emotions mislead you. Trust what your spirit knows. Trust what heaven has said. You are chosen for something bigger than you can comprehend. That's why your body is trembling. That's why your energy feels different. You are about to carry glory. And glory is not light. It is weighty. But it is beautiful. It is powerful. It is divine. Right now, angels are surrounding you. There are assignments moving on your behalf. There are heavenly nurses standing in place before you even step into any hospital. There are divine shields around your heart. Every monitor will read what God allows. Every doctor will say only what heaven permits. You will not die. You will not suffer. You will not be abandoned. You are being positioned for greatness. And this moment, this hospitalization is part of it. This is not a detour. This is a divine visitation. You are being held in God's hands. There is a message being downloaded into your spirit while you rest. There are prophetic visions being placed in your dreams. Even while you lie still, heaven will be teaching you. Even while your body is calm, your soul will be receiving power. The next 24 hours are sacred. Don't be afraid of what comes. Surrender to it. You are safe. You are seen. You are guarded. God says, "Be still, my child. Let me work in you. Let me calm every storm inside you. Let me wash over you with my peace. You've done enough. You've fought long enough. Now it's time to let heaven fight for you. Lay down the fear. Lay down the guilt. Lay down the shame. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. This is the sacred process of becoming. This is what it looks like when a soul is tired of being.